So how did we go from the original teachings of Jesus Christ to where we are today? How did we go from Hear, O Israel, the Lord our God is one, to a trinity, to three co-equal, co-eternal, co-substantial beings and idols in churches and all of this nonsense? How do we go from there to here? How? So let's now look at the evolution of this theology. So first, in the first 30 years when Isa alayhi salam was alive, all was well. Jesus was a prophet. You guys keep the law, worship Allah alone. Good, all good. Now Isa alayhi salam goes away. Now we have the next 30 years. And again, his early disciples were following the law. They were worshiping God alone. Now all of a sudden, Paul comes along and he changes. Now Isa alayhi salam was no longer a Jewish prophet, a monotheistic prophet. Now all of a sudden, now he's a divine mediator between God and man. He's not necessarily God just yet. But as he says in 1 Timothy 2:5, for there is one God. So okay, we still preserve God, but now we add something else. And one mediator between God and mankind, and that is Jesus Christ. So now we elevate Jesus, right? So now he gets this supposed elevated status. Then we go on to Logos theology, which started to emerge by the end of the first century. And the Gospel of John comes along. And what do you have? The beginning was the Word was with God, and the Word was God. Now all of a sudden it starts elevating. Of course, you can interpret this, you could look at the Greek and you can see these misinterpretations. But according to the Gospels, if you look at the earliest to the latest, the understanding of Jesus is elevated. Now we go to the 2nd and the 3rd century. And now by this time we have a plethora of understandings about Jesus Christ and Isa alayhi salam. You have Docetism, where Jesus was fully divine, but he only appeared to be human. And he did not actually suffer on the cross. You had adoptionism, saying that Jesus became divine when at his baptism, and he was not pre-existent. He was not a pre-existent divine entity. You have Gnosticism, saying that Jesus was a divine messenger bringing some secret knowledge, and he was not fully human. And this world was supposedly an evil place, and we have to get the secret gnosis, the secret knowledge, to go back to our heavenly realm. You had modalism or Sabellianism, saying that you have this Trinity, but there are three different versions of God. The same way I'm a son, the same way I'm a brother, the same way I'm a tennis player, let's say. Or there are three different modes of the same person, but there's still one person. And then you had Arianism, saying that Jesus Christ, or Isa alayhi salam, was a created being. So now you have all these things, you have all these different versions and understandings about Jesus Christ, and then comes the Council of Nicaea, where in the 4th century, in 325, you have Constantine, the Roman Emperor Constantine, he converts to Christianity. Now what happens? Christianity becomes a political tool. It becomes important that we maintain a monolithic, only one sect of Christianity. So we have to wipe all the other ones off the board. So he calls his council of all of these bishops from around, and he says, you guys are going to vote. This is going to be a democracy of truth. We're going to vote and see what is the true understanding about Jesus Christ. This is how the truth was decided. And by the end, what do we have? We believe that Jesus and the Son and God the Father are homoousia, are of the same substance. And at the end of the thing, they just say, and we believe in the Holy Spirit. So the Holy Spirit's there, but not really at that level. Then we move on to the Council of Constantinople. And now finally, the Holy Spirit gets his upgrade. And now you have three co-equal, co-eternal, co-substantial beings who are part of this Trinity. And so what does the Quran do? You come back to قُلْ هُوَ اللَّهُ أَحَدٌ. And so our message as Muslims to the Christians is we invite you to the true teachings of Jesus Christ. We invite you to worship the one who Jesus Christ worshipped. We call you to what Jesus Christ called to. We invite you to pray the same way that Jesus Christ prayed. And I end my khutbah the same way Isa alayhi salam ended his khutbah in the Quran 2,000 years ago. وَإِنَّ اللَّهَ رَبِّي وَرَبُّكُمْ, and Allah is my Lord and your Lord. فَاعْبُدُوهُ, so worship Him alone. هَذَا صِرَاطٌ مُسْتَقِيمٌ, this is the straight path. Wassalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.